So the third secret, friends, to really enjoy our work and life, and this is an important one. If you learn and practice this one value, friends, you've caught the bull by the horns. So let us grab it to our soul. You'll thank yourself you did. And this simple but profound higher value of doing our actions is, let us learn to enjoy our work itself. Let us learn to find pleasure in our obligations itself. Yes, friends, this is the simple but profound value of enjoying our work and life. We got to learn the art of finding happiness in our work itself, in doing our duties and in fulfilling our obligation towards ourselves, towards our family, towards the society, to the best of our capacity, without any prefixes, without any suffixes, without any axe to grind. Let us learn to work for work's sake, work on for work's sake. Why? Because work itself is rewarding. Work itself is fulfilling. Work itself is blissful, entertaining. Right? So let us regard our work as our worship. We got to understand that work well accomplished is in itself the joy of life. Success or failure is immaterial. Our life is enriched by accomplishment of right action rather than outward success or failure. So let us do what we ought to in an independent spirit. Go about your work in an independent spirit, just as a prince takes to sport. Work then becomes really pleasurable. Pleasure and happiness lies in the garb of work, friends. We got to understand this highest value of life. That's the secret. But unfortunately, that's not what we do, right? What we do is we link our present happiness to the fruits of our actions, and we don't enjoy the work itself. Now that's really sad. We don't regard work as worship. You see, friends, the results of our actions are unpredictable. They are unpredictable due to so many unknown factors and many a time known factors which are beyond our control. Right? So if we peg our happiness on unpredictable factors, what's going to happen to our happiness? Unpredictable, right? And if our happiness becomes unpredictable, friends, unfortunately our very life becomes unpredictable. Right? So the crux is, let us not peg our happiness on unpredictable future results. Let us not peg our happiness to future acquisitions and enjoyments. Let us enjoy work itself. So what should our attitude towards our results be? Let our results be a byproduct of our actions. Let our results be incidental. Our focus ought to be on the growth, on the experience, on the enjoyment that we get as a reward by virtue of us performing our obligations. That's the reward. The growth, the experience, the enjoyment. So let us learn to convert every action into the reward itself. Right? This is a very subtle point, very profound, but at the same time, a simple truth of life, which will really help us to enjoy our work and life. If we focus on the growth, on the experience, on the enjoyment that we get while performing our obligations, guess what? The pairs of opposites of the world will not affect you. The pairs of opposites meaning honor and dishonor, success or failure, joy or sorrow that emanates out of your actions will not affect you, because your attention is on the work itself. You're finding joy in work itself, right? The world might judge you on your external accomplishments. The world might judge you on your name, your fame, your power, your position, your family, your status, your money, That's the nature of the world. You couldn't care less about the opinions and judgments of the world. But we got to learn to judge ourselves on our inner accomplishments, on our inner growth. The inner growth of inner purity, maturity, strength, the higher values of truthfulness, righteousness, peace, love, and non-injury. And that's precisely how the loving Lord also looks at us, friends. He does not judge us on the basis of our external accomplishments of name, fame, money, power, position, family, status. He only looks at our inner beauty, our inner accomplishments of righteousness, truth, peace, love. Right? That is why the Lord says, Ma Paleshu Kadachana. External accomplishments are not in your hands, whereas internal accomplishments, inner growth is in your hands alone. Right? Let us look at a beautiful story of Lord Krishna and Arjuna depicting this higher value. You see, once there was a big function in Dwaraka. Dwaraka, the kingdom of Lord Krishna. Right? There was a big functioning, guests coming from all over the country, and Arjuna happened to be there. So Arjuna wanted to volunteer to take up some duty, some responsibility to help Lord Krishna in the arrangements. So Lord Krishna asked Arjuna to take up the important portfolio of the food arrangements, right? Seeing that the food reaches in the different areas and all the guests are well fed and everything goes on fine. Arjuna was more than happy to take up that portfolio, and guess what? Arjuna went on meticulously planning about the entire food arrangements, making sure that it reaches on time and to the different places. He went to the various kitchens and canteens, spoke to the cooks, he spoke to the drivers who had to transport the food, right? So he did all the meticulous planning. Now, on the day of the function, nothing went right for Arjuna. Everything went haywire, awry, right? From the disappearance of the drivers, some drivers were absent, the cooks delayed the food, the time of making the food reach at the places had to be advanced, there was traffic jam on the road, nothing went his way. And Arjuna went out of his way to make sure that things are still, they go according to his expectation, but unfortunately they didn't. Somehow he managed, the guests were fed, but things didn't go according to the way he wanted. So in the evening, he was sitting down by himself, totally dejected, remorseful, depressed, that he lost the faith, the trust of Lord Krishna. And Lord Krishna came there. He asked Arjuna to get up, and he hugged Arjuna and told him, "You did a great job, Arjuna. Thank you. You did a wonderful job." And Arjuna was like, no, Lord, that's not true. Everything went haywire, nothing went right. There was a delay, so on and so forth. And he was expressing his remorse that I couldn't keep up to your trust that you reposed in me, right? And the Lord said, and these are some beautiful principles of life for us to learn. And he told Arjuna, he said, "Oh Arjuna, I do not look at your external accomplishments. I do not look at how things went. I only look at your efforts. I know you put in your best. You put in a determined, devoted, sincere effort, period. And that's what I look at. The results is not in your hands, Arjuna. There were so many factors which were beyond your control. Could you have controlled the drivers being absent? Could you have controlled the cooks delaying for some reason or the other? Could you have controlled the traffic jam on the road? So there were so many things beyond your control. But despite all that, you put in your efforts, you did your planning, and you did your execution to the teeth. And that's all that I see. Arjuna was so relieved and so happy, and he learned such a big lesson. And ever since, he implemented it throughout his life. He always just focused on his action. He loved his action itself. He loved his duties, performing his duties, period. And he couldn't care less about the results, and he couldn't care less about the judgments and opinions of others. As long as he was clear with his conscience, he was putting his best efforts. Let us also learn this lesson, friends. Let us love our work itself. Let us enjoy our work itself, and don't peg our happiness on unpredictable factors, right? So this is the third secret. Coming up are the remaining 3 secrets to enjoy our life and work, coming up in the next couple of videos. So friends, thank you very much for watching this video. You can find the links of the remaining videos of this series in the description below. And of course, these are just 6 secrets. Hence, we would love to hear from you. What are your secrets? What are your ideas as to how one can really enjoy his work and life? Please leave your valuable inputs in the comments section below. Because remember, some of the best ideas, some of the best tips comes from you, the corporate Gita community. So definitely connect with everybody in the comments section. Let us build a beautiful community of spiritual seekers to grow and evolve, to eventually attain the ultimate goal of life, the ultimate goal of human existence, which is self-realization, God realization. So thank you once again, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You can do so by clicking the button right here and now, or you can click the link in the description below. By doing so, you make sure that you get immediate updates to the new videos just like these, containing spectacular gems from the Bhagavad Gita for your success and harmony. And I shall be posting such videos every single week. And dear friends, if this video has helped you at all, we would really appreciate if you could like and share it. Share it with your family and friends so that they too could benefit from this sublime and highest knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita. And of course, it helps this channel too. And finally, if you have any questions on life, on spirituality, on the Bhagavad Gita, on Vedanta, on emotional wellness, please feel free to ask your questions in the comments section below. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And if your question is an important and a profound one, which could help many more, I'll take out a video on that. Finally, for more valuable resources, please don't forget to visit our website, corporategita.com. Take care, folks. God bless you all. Love you all. Cheers.